Well, Man United is back for Xavi Simons, one of those players that Erik ten Hag really loves, and even Ineos looks like are really excited to be having one of these youngsters onto their transfer list. Then we are having a huge update coming in through from Clarence Seedorf, talking about Kobbie Maino, admitting that Kobbie Maino is a better player than what he was around that period of time. And there is a quote coming in through for Omar Berrada and what he really wants to bring into at Manchester United, relating to what he really went ahead to say way off. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. First video of the day, and we all know that it's a Sunday. Eid Aduha to all the Muslims, and to the Christians, thank you for obviously loving the Lord Jesus Christ, and those that went to church, we pray to it that a Lord really goes your way and your prayers get answered. 300 likes much on this video. Don't forget to subscribe so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And this is Rock and David onto the United Matters channel, and we're here to bring you the latest news and information. Now, we want to hit 20,000 subscribers. That's really the aim, and we want that in the next 2 weeks. And let's continue to subscribe, guys. Let's continue to subscribe such that we hit 18,000, 19,000, and 20,000 subscribers. And L'Equipe from France have come out and really said Manchester United are among teams who have approached PSG about the potential signing of Xavi Simons. The French side are likely to prefer a loan move instead of a permanent deal. Now, when you hear L'Equipe talking about a deal of Xavi Simons, you obviously get to know that it's a credible French side. On several occasions, we've gone ahead to hear very many stories that have gone ahead to be broken by the side of L'Equipe. And L'Equipe have found themselves in a position of really putting in a very huge volume of credible information as far as the players who play in the French League One are really concerned, and especially those that play for PSG. And PSG offers huge communications to this side of L'Equipe, and they really get to know exactly what the plan is. Now, for Xavi Simons, for the previous 2 seasons, he has always gone ahead to get loaned to the side of PSV and that of RB Leipzig. And last season, he played for RB Leipzig, and he was on loan, and this was his game by numbers. In 32 games, those are the Bundesliga games, 8 goals and 11 assists, meaning that that is one of the positives that I think we should base on when you're getting in this guy, because he only makes a lot of assists, meaning that he's not a selfish player. And if you put him in one of the wings of Man United, you anticipate that he's gonna come in through to obviously put in a shift. Now, in the Champions League, 8 games, 2 goals and 2 assists. In the DFB Pokal Cup, 2 matches, 0 goals and 0 assists. So that is the lad. He played 42 games, 10 goals and 13 assists, meaning that he had a goal involvement or a goal involvement of 23. You get 23 goal involvements. G and A, that is courtesy of this young lad known as Xavi Simons, 21 years of age, and he made 21 on the 21st of April 2003. And I think it's high time he really came up and really told PSG that, please, I want to get out. I want to get out on a permanent deal, because when you look at his contract he has with PSG, it runs until, let's check and see here, it runs until, let's see his contract. I want to see the contract of this guy, and the browser's gonna hit to freeze, right? Sorry about that, but I really want to know how long his contract really runs and see how long he's really left with, because he ticks all the boxes for a player I would love to come in at Man United. Because if I'm having Garnacho and I add on this guy, there is no way I keep Marcus Rashford here. I would obviously tell Marcus Rashford, leave. You get? Leave this side of Manchester United. And PSG have always gone ahead to show interest in Marcus Rashford, and why don't we really crack a deal? You know, let's make a swap. And let's not even get him any money. The contract of this guy expires in 2027, 3 years from now, meaning that if they give him away on a loan again, he'll be left with 3 years on his contract. Now, if I'm Man United, why don't I come out and obviously talk to PSG and I tell them, please, I'm having what you want and you also have what you want. And all what we would prefer is, simple. Yeah? Go, get Marcus Rashford, and let's take Xavi Simons. And why is Xavi Simons very important into Manchester United squad? He is a young star, 21 years of age, that is better than Marcus Rashford. On and off the ball. He can play in 3 different positions. He can play as a right forward, he can play as a left forward, he can also play as a central attacking midfielder. That is Marcus Rashford for you. And I tell you, if you ever think that Marcus Rashford is going to become any better, you are lying to yourself and you are selling lies to yourself. He's not going to become any better. I'm telling you the truth. Marcus Rashford is not going to become any better. I tell you this. And he will, at a certain point X, come out and really let me know whether I've gonna hit obviously coming through to be right or not. He's gonna be at that level. He gives you 1 good season, 2 seasons off, and he's gonna be really making 27 years of age. That is, I think, this year. And if he makes 27, that means that there will be a depreciation in his price. If you're Man United, you have to cash in onto Marcus Rashford this year. And because Xavi Simons is available, let's obviously go ahead and really do that. When Xavi Simons comes in through, I would love to see to it that he competes with Alejandro Garnacho and Amad Diallo. You understand? That's what I want at Man United. Let's build that young, exciting trio that can take us to where we want to be. Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, and Xavi Simons, right? All Xavi Simons, Amad Diallo, and Rasmus Højlund. Let's go that side because Rashford is not going to become any better. All else, if we get in money, I think we can really tempt PSG with some good money to get us this guy, Xavi Simons. Though he's really rated at 80 million euros, I know at 50, you can obviously tell them that we get us Xavi Simons and we give you Rashford and you get us 30 million euros. I think they'll admit because they really want Marcus Rashford, and Marcus Rashford's brother was here at a certain point X going to Paris to obviously negotiate a deal of that caliber. So I think that is really important for what we are really chasing for in as far as rebranding this side. You get in a youngster like Xavi Simons and he's willing to give his all to the team. That's what makes him a special player, and that's why I would love to obviously come to see that United really do the needful. And if at all equip, I'm gonna hit obviously put out this story. It's true, and it is backed up with facts. Man United would love a young forward like Xavi Simons and obviously get out Marcus Rashford. And not forget that he's really Dutch, and Erik ten Hag has always gonna hate to want to bring in a Dutch player ever since he came in through the club of Manchester United in every window. In the summer transfer window of 2022, he brought in Lisandro Martinez and he brought in Malacia, but he wanted Frankie de Jong and Julian Timber. In the January transfer window, he brought in Weghorst, who was a Dutch, but he also wanted to sign Cody Gakpo on a permanent, and Frimpong obviously coming through to play as a right back and see to it that Aaron Wan-Bissaka gets sold. And now, in the summer of 2023, we saw to it that Erik ten Hag wanted Xavi Simons, right? And which other Dutch player? Dumfries or Frimpong. There was interest for them from Man United, and even this time round, we see to it that he's really going in for this Dutch player, and I love him. And I think Ineos will love the player because he's an exciting profile of a player that you always need to see to it that all comes your way. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're totally watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. I don't know what your thoughts are about Xavi Simons, but for me, I would get him on as soon as possible because he's really an exciting lad that I'd love to see to it that we develop him into a better player. And if you bring on Xavi Simons, he'll take me back to what Sir Alex Ferguson went ahead to do when he got rid of Ruud van Nistelrooy, David Beckham, and very many other aged players out of the club of Manchester United, and he trusted the young trio with taking United forward: Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Tevez. You get? All those were young players, and they're all below 23 years of age, and they came in throughout Man United. They gave us a lot and a lot and a lot. You remember, he added on Nani, you understand, and that's when went ahead to obviously be some of the terrible attacking teams in the world. So I think we can build that into Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, and Xavi Simons. They can obviously do the needful. But for the loan, I think for they are loaning him to Man United, I would go for him, right? I'll go for him and sell Marcus Rashford. Guys, I tell you, Rashford is not that kind of player that is really going to help us into where we want to go. You know, he has been here for now 8 years. I don't know whether we want to keep him here for a decade, but if you tell me Xavi Simons and Marcus Rashford, I'll obviously go in for Xavi Simons and let Marcus Rashford leave. Now, after that, let's obviously have a say about Clarence Seedorf. Very many people have gone ahead to really assimilate Kobbie Maino to Clarence Seedorf. And this time around, Clarence Seedorf has gone ahead to come out and really speak about Kobbie Maino. He has said, he reminds me of a young me with his body and movement, but the thing that he has that I never did is his maturity on the ball at such a young age. Sky's the limit for him. I happen to come in a country where there is their pundit, so I've gone ahead obviously coming through and not really give this young lad what he deserves in as far as respect is really concerned. To coming through, playing the midfield at that age, and the execution is at the level of Kobbie Maino, that boy deserves a very huge credit. I tell you, not very many people can come out and obviously execute it like how others really do. So that's why I tell you, he deserves huge respect for what he's doing. That is Kobbie Maino. And you see to it that a player that is being really assimilated to him has come out and said that this guy is really one of a kind, right? And the maturity to play in that midfield is really hard. And that's why most players that come in through from other teams are defenders and wide forwards or center forwards. But very few teams have gone ahead to produce these young talents in the midfield. Like, you coming through from a big team like Man United, from the academy, straight into the midfield, and obviously you play in there very well. And to bring you up to speed, it has only been Nick Butt, Paul Scholes, Phil Neville, who else? I'm talking about in the central midfield. Don't talk about David Beckham, don't talk about Ryan Giggs. Those are wide players. I'm talking about central midfielders, you know. Dallin Fletcher also came in and really played very well in that midfield area. Gibson failed. Andras Pereira failed. Scott McTominay has come in through, but he's not all that an exciting player that you'll obviously look at and obviously really give respect to what he really does and what he puts up on the field of play. You understand? So I think it's Kobbie Maino who's going to have to come in later. You get? It's Kobbie Maino who is going to have to come in later, and I really love the way Seedorf has going to have to obviously complement the youngster. And it's really very important to note that he's really one of those that will obviously give you the best that you deserve in that midfield. And he's in action tonight as England takes on the side of is it Serbia? Right, in the mix. Now, Mark Girello incites while speaking to Omar Berrada. He said, for me, Omar Berrada implementing the correct structure at Man United is key to the team's success. You understand? He also said he also wants overpaying players. Players and agents in transfer market can lead to teams finding themselves on a slippery slope. So he's this kind of person who doesn't really want overpricing players and he wants to go in for the value, for value. You know, he wants to go in for money, cash for value. That is his insight, and I really like that, because we are not gonna be really ransomed like we've gonna hate to be done in previous occasions. That's why I've gonna hate to love it when I've gonna hate to see Man United telling Everton that if you don't do ABCD, we are not gonna really let you go, you know, into the mix. You know, we are not gonna give you the 60 to 75 million pounds that you deserve in Gerard Braithwaite, and instead we will walk away. That's United, because it's not that Gerard Braithwaite is the best defender in the world. You know, he's a raw diamond that he is really expected to be one of the best, but because he's English, that's why they want to sell him expensively, you understand? And Omar Berrada won't entertain that, you know, and I think he will obviously tell them that please don't do that. On the 14th of July, that's when Omar Berrada comes in office, and I know he's a man who likes the media, and he's going to come up and obviously give us a very good interview about his thoughts about this beautiful game or club of Manchester United and our transfer window plan. So guys, that is it I had for you. Go into the comment section, tell me what you think about Xavi Simon's approach made by Man United, you know, and what do you make about Omar Berrada and Seedorf coming in through and obviously giving Kobbie Maino his flowers? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. Eriksson was going to hit to score the opening goal for the side of Denmark, and it's like we are left with like 30 minutes to go for this game to end. Rasmus Højlund has not going to hit to be fed in, but we know that he will obviously have something to do with what we call scoring the goal. Guys, bye-bye. Idi Aduha, and the Muslims, sorry, the Christians. May the living to God bless you abundantly. We out.